One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome everyone. This is Joe Danger, the host of the Business 901 podcast. With me today is Brandon Brown. He is an associate for the W3 Group and delivers tangible and sustainable continuous improvement results as a Toyota Kata coach and lean instructor. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing that obstacle and I'm creating a PDCA cycle out of it to be able to reach a target of that, to a stepping stone to that obstacle. Because, or am I defining an obstacle is is there 5, 6 obstacles as far as what the challenge is, and in each PDCA cycle is concentrated on one obstacle at a time.
Each PDCA cycle is focused on one obstacle at a time. When it comes to the process, the value stream level area, there's a lot of things in this gray area where these red circles are at that are problems, wastes, opportunities at the Gemba. And we could go after these particular obstacles really in a simultaneous shotgun approach, but they may not necessarily be targeted toward a target condition we're trying to reach, which is in alignment with the overall challenge. Many times when we go on a Gemba walk, we ask the question, what can we improve? I'm a fan of Gemba walks from the standpoint of the awareness and identifying opportunities, but really what can we improve is not really the right question. What we really should be asking is the question, what should we improve? We should only be working on those obstacles that are leading us in a path to the target condition, like in the lower half of this slide. There are many things once we get to the target condition that may be wastes that are still out there, but we have achieved the target condition. And so we then set the next target condition 1 to 2 weeks out and look at the obstacles that are keeping us from reaching those. And you'll notice it's not a direct path. Going through the improvement kata and the PDCA cycles, we get new learnings. The PDCA cycle starts with a hypothesis, or we think that we will be able to achieve, our expectation is to achieve this. Now we go and do the do and actually run the experiment to try and overcome the obstacle, and we study or check how that particular experiment or that change affected that obstacle. If we were able to overcome it, we're able to move forward along a path and attack a next obstacle. If we haven't overcome that obstacle, then we look at another hypothesis or another factor that may be causing that obstacle to keep us from reaching the target condition.
So we're really kind of, I think of the theory of constraints in Herbie there, as I'm finding little Herbies in this process that are constraining me to reach that target condition. And I'm working on them, and I may discover something different. I mean, since it's not a linear path, it's because as I proceed towards the target condition, I'm getting a little smarter and I'm seeing different things I didn't see maybe in that first third of that gray area.
Exactly. The difference between the traditional methodology is kind of like playing industrial whack-a-mole in this troubleshooting picture here. I think everybody can relate to that. They may have ran A3 problem solving and completed an A3 on a problem, and it has a birthday or an anniversary. We've solved that problem 4 times now. What's different about Kata is we use the same thinking of A3 and PDCA, but it's much like this person in the maze. He can only see so far, or in the center here where this eye, it can only see so far, and that we call that a knowledge threshold. And we can't see any farther. He doesn't know whether to go left, continue down the hallway and go right, but he has to take a step. And once he gets there past that knowledge threshold, he could be surprised or she could be surprised by the findings of running an experiment. But that learning, which is key to the PDCA cycle within Kata, that learning helps us formulate our next step or our next experiment that we're wanting to conduct to overcome that obstacle.
What's the best way for someone to contact you and learn more about Toyota Kata? Where would you point them?
I would point them, they can email me directly at brandon.brown@the W3Group LLC.com. they can go to our W3 website and meet all of our practitioners on there and make contact. There's a lot of resources, a lot of presentations, a lot of information that they can self-educate themselves a little bit more and a little bit further about that. But they can feel free to email me. My cell phone is usually always on. It's 479-856-1919. So I'm willing to take a call and discuss opportunities and where companies feel that their pain might be, where they might be able to improve.
Heck, he even took my call, so which I thank you very much. This podcast is available on the Business 901 iTunes Store and the Business 901 website. So thanks everyone for listening.
Thanks, Joe.